So our next topic would be um, user role and group creation. Inside that topic, I mean, uh, in our content, our next topic is user role and group creation. So consider you you are the owner of the company. You just purchased the ServiceNow licenses from the ServiceNow vendor, and now you have a group of people. Like for HR team, you have 5 members, or like n number of people for one group. So to segregate this, like you have the data in hand, but you will have to enter the data into system. So for that, what we have to do first, you will have to create the user first. So after creating the user, we will have to assign the roles. Suppose HR, if the user is a particular employee is belongs to HR department, then HR specific roles will be there, right? Whatever that they like, they need to take care of attendance things, maybe. So for that attendance specific things, there will be a role to get the access inside the service now. Like that, we'll have to assign the role to the person after creating the user. So before giving the role, we will have to assign that particular user to the particular group. In our case, consider HR is a group, I mean department. So first we'll create the user, or either way we can either create the group first, then individually we'll create the users first, then we will create the group next, and we will add these users to the particular group, then we will assign the roles. So this is our today's concept. So to open the user, to create the users, just try to search users here in filter navigator. Under organization, you can see users. So this is the place where you need to create the users, and this is the table name. The data, all the users information will be stored in sys underscore user underscore list, or sys underscore user. This is the table name. So I will explain about the table details once it comes into the topic, maybe fourth class. For now, let's see how users will be created. So these are all the already existing users. As a personal developer instance, ServiceNow has given the few of user profiles here. And now I will create users, random users maybe. So first of all, this is the page where we need to create the user. So user ID will be like for the name, first name, last name, there will be user ID. Even if you are working somewhere already, you might seen your user ID and password for login also, right? Usual initial login into your laptop. There you will enter your user ID or email ID. So this is the user ID here. So first I'll create maybe user. So based on the first name, last name, I can enter the user ID randomly. Maybe I will give like this. And title, maybe he is a ServiceNow developer. And which department he belongs to, we'll have to enter. But as of now, I didn't. There are some departments already existing, but I don't tag this to the department. But I will create a new department and assign it to that one. So this field, password needs reset. This particular field explains. So once user profile is created, so usually if you are a new joiner into the company, so your account details will be created by some admin, and they will send out an email with your user credentials, right? So on, so your user ID, and this is the password, like some random alphanumerical will be there, and they will ask you to reset the password once first login is done. Like once you use the first login, then you will have to reset your password with your own password, not the system generated password. So this is the way, like they can send out password needs reset. If we tick this one, the first login is done with the system password, and the second login, from second login onwards, we will have to create the new password. Here, this person has to reset their first password after the first login. And locked out. What is locked out means? Suppose if you enter any incorrect password multiple times, your system will be locked, right, automatically. So, say suppose 3 times or 4 times of incorrect password user ID, your system will be locked. That time, this particular button will be enabled automatically in backend. So, if you tick this one, even though if you give the credentials to the user, since this button is enabled, they cannot log into the system until they contact the support again, and we will have to just disable this one, then they can log in. They'll have to reset the password again, they can log in. So that is the use of this particular logged out. When you can see here, when checked, user cannot log in. So it should not be checked anytime. So if you are going for long leave, or if you are most of the companies like if you do not log into ServiceNow real-time environment, I'm talking about, if you do not log into real-time environment of ServiceNow instance, maybe 30 days, like if you go for any leave, long leave, 20 days or 30 days or 2 or 3 months, that time, so your manager maybe made your account as logged out because you are not into the company, like you are into the leave mode, and no one should not use your credentials. Maybe for that reason they might logged out. So this is that is the time this can be enabled, but it shouldn't be enabled anywhere apart from incorrect passwords or hackings. If hacking also happen with multiple wrong passwords, that time also this will be enabled. So on active, this particular active button, uh, active here active true means this particular person is active in the system. So there are some cases we need to make it as active false, like uncheck this box. When we can do that, like means um you left the company, that time you are not an active user, active employee in the company. That time we should not delete the employee profile, because for record keeping purpose we'll have the employee details in the system, like from when to when they have worked with us and what are all the work they have done. So for the record keeping purpose we have the data, we should have the data. We just make it as active false, so user cannot be there in the system actively, but the record is still there in the system. So now I'm just creating it, so it should be active, the person is active in the system. And web service access only and internal integration user, these two boxes, these two fields will be used for um, integration purposes. Here you can see prevent user from accessing UI and require a SOAP role to make API protocols such as SOAP and WSDL request. So these two particular fields will be giving the access to integrations things, and as of now that is not required for us. And yeah, if you tick this fields, that means integration role has been given to the particular user. And email, so email means the company email, whichever is going to assign to this particular user, that email has to be attached here. Maybe I will randomly enter. Yeah. Language, here it will give us English. Usually it gives English only. And I made it, I have added one more language by configuring the things. How we can configure that, we can, yeah. You just need to right click here. Here you can see configure choices option. So if you click OK, if I go to this one, everything will be gone. So here, configure choices, you can add the new choice. So those things I will explain in tables class. So how we can configure things, we can explain in tables calls. So here language, whatever the language company has given to him to like uh, consider labors, like as I said in last class, for my project it is for shipyards. So there are some people who doesn't have even though they are not Okay, I didn't tell this to you, batch, I think. So I work for a shipyard project. So for the ships, there will be daily wages are there. They will come to work even though they are not well educated. That time they will speak some other languages. They don't know English. Maybe they will speak their native language. That time, whatever the language they speak, that time we will assign this particular language to them. On calendar integration, it will be Outlook always. Like this particular user profile, the user data, whatever here it shows, that will be integrated with Outlook, and the same this particular email will be the Outlook login also for that particular person in the company. And time zone system by default provides system time zone as GMT. Here, based on the country they live, they can select. So it is system GMT. Date format by default, the system gives this format, and this particular once this format is set in the global wide, like configuration. While configuring the things, we have set the time zone yesterday, right? Like time zone and date format. So for that reason, it is showing system is prompting this one. And if you change the date and time format here, again it will be difficult for tracking purpose. So whatever the system is a prompt system enabling these things, it should be same. And business phone, mobile phone. So this will be the this person phone numbers. And if the person has any user photo, like a profile photo, they can just add it here by clicking on this. So as of now, I have added the fields. To set up the user's password, save the record and then click set password. So I will just save the password, save the profile. After saving this, here you can see primary email device created for Naimka. So this person email has been created, but now I'll have to set the password for this particular person as well. So here on top right side corner, you can see set password. Here we don't need to type anything, like we don't need to manually set the password. Just click on this generate and password is generated. Here you need to copy the password and save password. Password saved successfully. So this is about user profile creation, and what we'll have to do through this email, or we will have to send out this user ID and the password whichever I have saved. So this is the password which we have got. So now I am in system administrator, right? I will just log out. Username. So what is the password is this one. So I copied. User ID this one. So if this person, you have provided the details to the user, and now consider I am this person user and I am trying to log in. See here, if I try to log in, it will it's asking me to change the password. Why it is asking me to change the password? Because we have enabled this one. So current password this. Oh, current password is this one. And now we will have to set new password. So I have set the new password. Submit. Now you can see this person has logged into the system. If you see this here, self-service only available for this user. If I type for incident, they can see only incident under self-service. So, okay. So here you can see, right? You can see only under self-service, but as a system admin, you can also see here just profile option is there and logout option is there. He can't see this impersonate user option. Why? Because this person is just an end user. We didn't provide any role to him. We didn't tag any roles to get the access for those elevate roles or impersonate user, those things. So as soon as you just creating the profile, you get the data here. So as of now, creating the user, this page is clear. Any doubts?
Yeah, clear.
Great. So see here, under self-service, we can see only these things. And now I will have to log out from this person.